remiss if we started without acknowledging the biggest news from down this way lately. You want to say anything about the mayor that just passed?
Town of Honey Path has recently lost one of its pillars of the community, a great, outstanding Christian man that I believe the whole town loved. Lawless Myers was a lot of things in this town. He was mayor, he was a councilman, he was a grandfather, he's a father, brother, a husband. Mama Jean passed away while I was mayor, and now Lawless is gone to be with her and his daughter Angela, and we just been praying for the family. We want to keep praying for the family. Special shout out real quick to Williamston Fire Department and Mayor Rocky Burgess allowing us to use one of their ladder trucks to drape the American flag across the road for the full fireman's burial that happened on the previous Sunday here. Lawless meant a lot to me. He mentored me some. Real good friends with his grandson and some of his other family members. It's a tremendous loss for the town. It's a tremendous loss for the family, and we're gonna miss him.
Yeah, well, what's the most exciting thing happening in Honey Path heading into the spring here towards summer?
So planning committee's got some excellent events and activities coming up. Of course, we'll have our Easter egg hunt Saturday before Easter.
Okay.
Honey Sopping this year, we are going to move it to the spring this year, and it'll be back in the fall starting 2023. Honey Pass Honey Sopping this year, I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's a neat little contest between citizens where we use a biscuit provided by one of the local restaurants and some local honey. And once you eat your biscuit and you're able to whistle afterwards, you're the contestant, you're the winner. So looking forward to that on April 22nd and 23rd. Most of the events will be happening on Saturday the 23rd. Some live music and cornhole tournament on the 22nd that night, starting Friday evening. So looking forward to that. Got a lot of time and effort invested in it. I hope people show up and have a good time. We got some great entertainment coming. Don't want to give it away yet. I think it's out there on some of the media, but we'll hope to see you there.
And this is the first time you've had it in a couple of years, right?
I believe it's been about 4 since we've actually had a honey sopping contest here in Honey Path, and looking forward to it. So people wanted it. People asked for it when I was running for mayor. So we're trying to give them, what we can back to the community. So.
Any new development in Honey Path coming in now?
There is some movement on several issues that we have in Honey Path. The Chicola Mill site, we got some good movement on that, I think. Hopefully have some construction crews out there by the end of the year removing more C&D.
Remind people why that's such a big deal to get that place cleaned up.
That's an eyesore. It's just in ruins over there. The mill shut down in 2002, I believe, and it sat there for a while, and the previous administration and council thought they had a great deal going on and kind of backfired on them. No fault of theirs, but company come in, pushed it down, made it look horrible, and then they packed up and left. So trying to get some more movement on the mill site. I think we got some great things coming, some plans that may come to fruition. A lot of people ask about the black cow. It has been sold. The guy that bought it has reached out to me a couple times and asked me what the town people wanted, and just so happens I know because I've asked myself. And people want a coffee shop, they want a steakhouse, they want some kind of live entertainment on the weekends. So working closely with him, and hopefully we'll get something moved into Black Cow soon. So we was awarded a facade grant for $25,000. I believe you and I have spoke on that before. Still waiting on the committee to get together and present a vision for downtown and see how many business owners want to jump on board.
Anything else you'd like to see downtown that you're working on? I mean, that you can talk about? Just vision kind of stuff you'd like to see.
Well, I would love to see a small theater here in Honey Path, one that could be used for classic movies, maybe some first run movies, and a stage, in front of the screen where we could have our dance clubs come out, the taps, and a lot of youth activity starting up here in Honey Path, so maybe we could use that for a stage. But I don't see nothing moving on that anytime soon. Do have a lot of movement though on Main Street. Some buildings have been sold, and looks like people's getting ready to hopefully open up some things. But I can't really elaborate on what at this point.
How about housing? Getting any new housing starts?
So we have really pushed our zoning ordinance coordinator to her limits here lately with the amount of houses that are being looked at building and ones that are actually building. I think in the next 2 or 3 months you'll see 7 to 10 brand new houses going up. Some's already been started. Some are coming in the next month or so. So Honey Path's growing. I like to think it's because Honey Path's a great place to live, and I believe that would wholeheartedly. That's why I live here for the last 20 plus years, and some of it could be spillover from the Simpsonville area growing so big, and Williamston starting to grow a little bit. Belton's growing a little bit, so why not Honey Path grow a little bit also? Greenville is a huge market for workers, but I don't know if you've been on Woodruff Road, but I wouldn't want to live on it. So I don't mind commuting 25 miles to work, and the culture in America today, you commute to work. So people are wanting to live in these small towns, and I want to welcome them all to Honey Path because this is a great little town and it's getting better.
How about the pandemic stimulus money? Have y'all made plans for that?
We received about $950,000 already. It's in our coffers, and we have used some of that. We got a water tank that's due for, I guess, cleaning and repainting, and we've allocated some money for that. We've also allocated money to completely replace, and I believe we've already ordered them and received them, radio read meters for all of the rest of town's water meters. So hopefully when we get all the radio read meters in, we can read all the meters in one day and not take us a week to do it. So everybody's water bill will start becoming more consistent, I hope, and hopefully reduce some of the workload at the maintenance department so they can focus on other things such as the potholes and the manholes and drainage, sewer drainage, storm drainage, excuse me, and things such as that. So progress is happening. We're moving forward, and hopefully if people will be patient with me, by the time my first term's over, they'll see even more changes than what they've seen already.
On the water and sewer capacity, are y'all okay for growth? Y'all ready for growth on that?
Absolutely, yes, sir. We I can't give specifics. I would have to put you in touch with our director, Matt McCullough, but yes, we definitely have room for growth with our water and sewer.
And how about industrial growth? Any businesses like industry kind of thing y'all looking at?
No, sir, and I'm going to contribute that to an industry that's not going to move in town limits anymore anywhere if they can help it. It's just extra taxes for them, and business is in business to make a profit. So so is industry. So we'd love to have some industry on the outskirts of town if they want to be here.
Lots of land. That's why I was thinking.
Yeah, we got
outskirts, yeah.
lot of land around Honey Path, a lot of undeveloped land around Honey Path, and do have a couple of people interested in building some housing complex right outside of town, and some interest there in annexing some of the undeveloped land for housing. So we'll see. Again, Greg, 5,000 is my number. If I could get the town to 5,000 residents, that opens the doors to more opportunities as far as a second grocery store or maybe some small appliance store or something like that. But that's what I keep hearing from places like Aldi and places like Little and things such as that. It says your town's not quite big enough. You get to 5,000, we'll seriously consider, putting a store in your town. So that's what I'm looking for, about 5,000. I wouldn't want it to grow a whole lot more than that, but that's where we're looking at.
You mentioned roads. How are you fixed for the money to fix the roads you need to get fixed? I know there's different roads. I mean, there's state and municipal and county and everything else. But
I think every municipality is facing the same struggle Honea Path is. There's not enough money there. And I don't think the citizens really understand that, a mile of road costs $1 million if it's a 2-lane. So repaving roads is really expensive, and the town's budget just don't supply that kind of money for road repair. Potholes, yeah, and things such as that. But the problem we got right now is manpower. Matt's crew is overworked, and they just don't have time to get out and do everything that I want them to do on a daily basis. So, but we're eating away at the elephant one bite at a time, and that's how you tackle something that huge.
About recreation activities, I assume all the kids' stuff's in full swing. What about any plans for other kind of recreation for folks?
Well, this year I've asked Director Pace to host an opening weekend baseball tournament here in Honey Path, and hopefully we can get 10 or 12 teams from outside of Honey Path to come and have a small parade down Main Street early in the morning. They think I'm crazy for suggesting that, but I tell you, if my kid's walking at 7:30 in the morning down the road in his baseball uniform, guess what? I'm going to be there. So I think it's going to be awesome if we can get it pulled together in time, and we'll have a small opening day baseball parade down Main Street to the rec department, and we'll have maybe a couple of days of a tournament for 8 and under, 10 and under, 12 and under, and girls softball. So we looking forward to that. Hoping we get that planned in time.
Y'all have a lot of kids sports here, right?
A lot of kids sports here. Quick number: the police kids camp, Honey Path Police Kids Camp, every year in June, brings somewhere from 125 to 150 kids daily over to the rec department, where they enjoy the pool and some bouncy houses and some other recreational activities, and we feed them breakfast and lunch and buy them a shirt, and they get to spend the day with the police officers, and some of our firemen now are out there, the mayor and town council and town employees, of course, help out with that. So it's a lot of youth in Honey Path, a lot of active youth in Honey Path, so we're real pleased about that.
How about, for adults, parks, walking past trails, y'all working on any more of that?
Just recently, the planning committee has installed, donated by United Way, some interactive signage in Dogwood Park right here behind Town Hall. So it's a way to not just enjoy the park, but enjoy the park interactively with your kids. Each sign has a different activity or something on it. I've yet to get down there. They've just completed putting up the signs. I plan on going down, walking through the park today at some time and seeing what a great job they done, I'm sure. So we're working on our parks. We're trying to get them, usable, more usable, I guess, and user-friendly. So more activities there. So
the people hadn't been to Dogwood Park. That's a pretty big green space y'all got right here in town.
It is, and we've started again, the planning committee has started Food Truck Fridays, and not to take away from local businesses, but we do want to offer a little something else if people want something new to eat. So, and they set up right here behind Town Hall, between Town Hall and Dogwood Park, and it's every Friday. I think they start around 11 and usually stay till they run out of food, which is usually before the time they allotted to leave. So people are really patronizing these food trucks, and it's some income for the town as well with business license and such not. So it's going well. Do have some pushback from some local businesses, and I understand that. And we're going to look into promoting our local businesses a little more heavily on social media presence, and see if we can't get the town to grow a little bit, and that'll help everybody. Greg, I'd like to mention the retirement of one of our council members. Mr. David Fields has resigned. He left a letter in my mailbox one day about 2 weeks ago, announcing he was stepping down as councilman. We've reached out to Anderson County Election Commission, and we're working closely with them to get his vacancy filled, and hopefully that'll go smooth, and somebody willing to work like Mr. Fields did and be very active in the community as Mr. Fields was. Maybe we'll get somebody can match his enthusiasm and his energy level to fill that spot.
And they can find out more about it and when the absentee vote and everything at the Anderson County voter and election thing. I'll let people know that.
Yes, sir, and it'll be listed in the Chronicle soon, coming up, Belton Honey Path Chronicle soon. We feel like the Belton Honey Path Chronicle services this area as good as any other paper, so it is a Honey Path election. It has to be a town resident in Ward 2, so we're getting that news out there, and yes, everything can be any further information can be learned through the Election Commission in Anderson County.
Now let's wrap it up talking about Honeyshot. Give the details again and tell everybody that. I'm glad to have that back.
Again, we're very excited and pleased to bring back the Honey Sop and the Honey Path. Again, we're going to have some local honey here on site for our contest. There'll be some honey vendors set up selling. There'll be some food vendors. There'll be craft vendors. Like I said, we're going to have a cornhole tournament on Friday night. We're going to have some live music or DJ on Friday night, I'm not sure. Live music definitely on Saturday. I think the festivities start around 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, go to about 10 p.m. on Saturday night. I've reached out to several local celebrities and politicians to come and help judge the contest. We're also looking to have a hash/stew cook-off, which I will be entering myself. So y'all come on out and have some food and see who wins all these contests that we got going on. But want to encourage people outside Honey Path to show up, and we just looking forward to it. Been busy planning it, and think it's coming together nicely, and should be wrapping it up this Saturday with our last meeting before the Honey Sop, so with the planning committee, of course. And we're just looking forward to it. So come on out and support us and have a good time and listen to some great music.